2 o'clock and we start on time. So let's get it going. Everyone on this call knows who I am, and I think most of you know who Will is, but I'll introduce you. This is Will Morris. This is my partner over here and one of the general partners for Red Label Investments. And the purpose of today's video meet is to show all of us on the call how to navigate through the Invest Next platform. If you were expecting to get an overview on Red Label Investments, this is not that call, but we can do another one. These are for people who are already familiar with it, have heard about it, and are looking to see how to navigate through the platform. So we will take some questions after this. If there's some outstanding things, happy to do it. But Will, let's get started.
All right, guys, nice to meet everybody. I will go ahead and jump right into this. I'm gonna see if I can present my screen. All right, is everybody seeing that? Looks like it's working. All right, so this is the landing page, if you will. It's rli.investnext.com, and this would be our branded investor portal. And if you have not registered, you'll click register down here. It'll ask you a couple questions, your name, sort of an investor profile, what you're looking for. And then once you hit submit, we will get an email. We will have to go in and approve you. And we do that so that we don't have just everybody, anybody and everybody can come in. We make sure that they are Keller Williams Associates. And so once we approve you, then you'll get an email back, and it'll bring you back to actually set a password. And once you do so, then when you return to signing in to this page, you'll actually sign in. And I will tell you that the username is case sensitive, because I created this little test one here because we have our admin side, which is the back office. And then I created a front end. That way I can make sure that everything's looking good for you guys. And it is case sensitive because I had an issue where I couldn't get in and found out that's what it was. So anyway, once you go through the registration process, get back to here, you'll actually type that in, hit sign in. This is sort of your dashboard, if you will. And in here, as this thing gets going, your data down here will be populated. So this will be based off your contribution, based off what the value of the fund is and where the returns are. This will give you a visual, and you can change the way you like to look at it, sort of customize it for yourself. But that's where you'll get information. Over here will be all your documents, anything that you sign. I guess I might as well go ahead and go through it a little bit. There's also a little welcome letter from us, I guess, welcome note. Settings over here, you can adjust. Did we do this, Jay, already? Did we go through this? Can you hear me? Oh, you're muted, Jay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't believe so, Will.
Okay. All right. Well, now I'll keep going. So again, dashboard, kind of where everything's generally located. You can click here to see the new offering. Any kind of new offering is going to be on your dashboard sort of as a highlight. But as things go and we start doing one and then, shut it down and do the other one, offerings will be here. As of right now, we just have the one, but they will be stacked in there as they go. Again, investment tab. This is you can change the way this looks, but this is your history over time of your investment, and it'll be able to track kind of where it's at, and you can look at your capital balance, your contributions, your investments. And this is all customizable too. So if there's any key metrics that we want to put in there as far as cash flow or say IRR, cash on cash, different type of metrics, we'll add those to these dashboards so that you can see them too. And this is live, so anytime you log in, you'll be able to check that out and see what's going on. Again, here's documents, just kind of a document hub between anything you've signed. If we ask for any documents, you can come here and actually upload them here. That way it's attached to your account, and it also reflects on our back end, and we get notice that it's been uploaded and stuff like that too. So good little area there. Settings, again, this is going into I don't even actually have it set up, it looks like, but this is where you put in your personal not necessarily personal information, but contact information, I guess, is a better word. And this is where you link your account. So when we get to that here in a minute, as far as, and a linking your account is two ways. And so that means it's how you're going to make your contribution, but it's also how you're going to automatically receive your distributions as well. So as we're making distributions, we just put them into this system because this is our back office as well. And we will put it in there, we'll queue it, make it happen, and then it'll just distribute pro rata based off your investment amount going directly back to your accounts. And so that's what the linked accounts is for. It's sort of a two-way transactions. All right, so back to getting in through the commitment process. And what I did there is I just clicked on the new offering, and it'll bring up the offering page, and it gives you a little bit of information about, kind of the overview of what we're doing. Here's your key information. So here's some targets for us that we're targeting. Here's some other resources. So if you want to get in touch with us for some reason, or that you don't have our information, which most of you probably already do, but get in touch with us, check out the website, investment summary. Here's a recap of the hour, I think it's about an hour and 30-minute long presentation we give at Keller Williams there. And then here's the documents. If you want to take a look at a presentation that we put together, you just click on it, pops right up in your browser, as long as it loads there. I guess maybe it's a little slow. Sorry for the delay, but here you go. Here's just the presentation that we kind of went over. You can review that as well. Here's an operating agreement, LP agreement, notice to investors. These are the documents that you will be signing upon commitment that we're going to be going through here in just a second. Because again, this is all set up to, for 21st century, we have electronic signatures and whatnot. So when you're ready, you get here. After you register, you get in, you actually come to this screen and you'll hit this button. It says Invest Now. You'll click on that, and this starts the process. The minimum commitment is $10,000. It's $1,000 increments, and we do that just to keep things a little simpler. But what that means is that, you can do a minimum of 10, then the next one have to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. It's increments of 1,000. This is a 506B as in boy, so it's limited to 35 non-accredited investors and unlimited accredited investors. And we do have, it's in the presentation, we do have some restrictions around non-accredited, just so that we are separating that out to make sure we can get to our goal. All right, so I'm going to start the process. I'm going to put in here, say, for example, $100,000 is what I'm looking to do. I'll click Next, select your account. So this would be, if you're new, I think you got to create a new account. I was playing around with this yesterday, so it actually already has me in here. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's create a new account. We'll just make sure. So once you click a new account, it's going to ask you what kind of entity you are. So we can accept individuals, and we can also accept LLCs. So if you have, 2 or 3 of you in an LLC, that LLC can come in as a non-accredited unless it's over 5 million, which is way more than our offering right now. But once you're 5 million above, you are considered accredited. But in this case, I'm going to do individual, because that's just what I am. And this is where you'll type in your Social Security number or tax ID if you're an LLC. Name, Will, name, Morris, address 1234 Street, Road, Knoxville. I'm sorry to make you guys wait through this, but it makes me do it. There we go. And next. All right, this is your investment disclaimer. And what this means is basically what it says. You may be contacted afterwards for additional information. So after we receive your documents, we do review those. We make sure that everything's on the up and up. And if we go through those and we actually need some additional information from you or something like that, that's basically what this is, just a disclaimer saying, hey, we may contact you for additional information to make sure everybody's qualified. You just hit the button down here on the bottom. I certify that you agree. Now, this is where you designate yourself as accredited or non-accredited. Again, not sure who's familiar or not, but accredited is $250,000 a year in income or $1 million in net worth or more. If you don't have those, then you will do no, not an accredited investor. If you are accredited, then you can select yes, and I have a accreditation letter. So that's because if you're an accredited investor, you have to have a third-party review just to kind of prove that you are accredited. That can be done through your CPA if you've done it yourself. So you would click here if you you already have that accreditation letter. If you don't, we can do it for you. It does cost us like, I don't know, $60 or something, but we've opted in to do that. So if you are accredited but you don't have a letter, you can click here and go through the process of getting that letter. And then but if you're not accredited, which in this case that's what we're going to go through, you're going to say no, I'm not an accredited investor, and click next. Do you have a co-signer, additional signer that would like to have you sign this document as well? So what that would be, if you and say your spouse is wanting to sign as well, then you would click yes. And what that does is that will trigger a second signature column in all the signatures. You guys should be very familiar with electronic signatures with the documents. But I'm going to click no in this case. And we should keep right on going. So this is going to generate our PDFs, hopefully. Man, it's going slow today. There we go. All right. And these are the documents that I showed you or referenced to previously. They're just, we upload them in PDF and then go through the e-signature part. You can read through them. Eventually you can download those once they're done, but just click get started. This is where you type in your name, signature, just click sign. Again, like I said, this is all. Yep. Insert. You can hit insert or insert everywhere. If it's up to you on what you want to do. I'll do them one by one just so we can make sure we're going through these documents. And again, let's see, capital commitment will be 100,000. Ownership, you don't do anything on the ownership. We will implement that. You don't have to try to figure that out. But in this example, it would be 10% because it's 100,000 into $1 million. It's 10%. But like I said, don't do anything there. Email, you can whatever there. Just get through this. Read that one. Let's just keep hitting next, making sure we're signing. Here's the co-signature spot. Like I said, it will, if you click yes, it would create that second spot for you. Contribution commitment, 100,000. Credit investor, no. Let's keep going. Almost done. We're clicking agree. Legal sign, agree. Do you have a co-signer? Nope. So this is starting the second document. So you'll kind of go through this through 3 series. And the heading of each document has the title at the top as well. If it'll load. So here's the operating agreement of Lockwood Design Partners. Get started again. I know this is probably redundant, guys. I'm sorry, but it gets us through it. There we go. Just the one spot on that one. No. Oh, the slowness. All right, here we go. And this is the notice to investors. It's more or less just some compliance notices. It shows you how to get a hold of us, where, phone numbers, whatnot. Yeah, I mean, if you don't, like, again, you guys probably already have all that, but if you don't, there it is. And so just hit get started. Full name. Sort of the same process through each one of these. Just getting going. Continue, agree, and done. All right, so there you've signed all 3 documents. And now you will get started with linking a checking account or savings account to fund instantly. And that's where you'll just hit get started and funding setup. And so I'm not going to go through all this. But it's basically, well, let's see, do I have to? Nah, we'll go through it. Will Morris, address 12, let's see, Queen Street. Studios. Yes, I accept, agree. No, date of birth. Gigging me. Sorry, guys. If it gigs me again, I'll just explain the next one. Okay, so I was afraid of this. What this is doing, so the payment processor, the payment provider, they are validating this information, I guess, as to make sure that it's, you are who you say you are. But anyway, you would fill this out properly and accurately. Once you hit yes, continue, the next step is where you will put in your account number and routing number and initiate. It's an ACH is what it is. And so after that, it starts the process. We get notifications saying that you've come in and that we could be looking out for it. We get right on our phone. We'll even get a pop-up saying, that so-and-so's made a capital commitment. And that way we can we can follow up with it, make sure that it's hitting the accounts, make sure everything's good to go. Because I know the worst thing you can do is wire some money and then, kind of wondering where it's at in limbo. And so we tried our best to stay communicative and let you know, hey, we've received your notice. Hey, it's hit our account. Hey, we let you know, it's here. You're good to go. Everything went well. And then vice versa. If there's a problem or something like that, we're going to get on it on the front end versus, sort of being proactive instead of reactive. But I'm going to cancel out of this for right now. And I guess I will stop the sharing, Jay, if that works. So
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about that process?